Good morning everybody, welcome and coming to you live from the community garden. I hope you can all hear me. I'm assuming you can. It's quite windy here today, but I wanted to just do a quick video on the compost. This time of year I do like to try and get some bulk composting done excuse me, and you know, so that I've got it ready for next year. It's and I've sort of come across a couple of issues this morning, and I thought I would just run through them with you and just show you that it can be corrected. Compost is really forgiving. It can be quite easy to mess it up, but it's also really easy to correct it. What I'm finding, and I'll switch it around and we'll go over and have a look. Hopefully the sun doesn't shut the video down too quickly. We haven't been doing a lot of composting lately, but we have been getting a little bit done. And with what you need to do is, you know, you need to have your mixture of your carbon and your nitrogen layer, so your brown and your green. And what I'm finding is that with the horse manure that we've got at the moment in the front of the pile, it's got a lot of hay in it. So it's got a lot of carbon in it. And then we sort of keep adding other carbons in it. And the way to know that you've got too much carbon is if it is too dry and it's not breaking down. If you've got too much nitrogen, it can be too wet and smelly. But at the moment, and then it just rots instead of breaks down. So at the moment, we've been pumping quite a lot of water into this, and it's not really making a great deal of difference. I've done a turn of it this morning, and I've just been pulling up whole bits of carbon. So this hay here was put in weeks ago, and then last week it had some more layers put on top of it. And because it's there's too much carbon, like you can see, it looks like it's been laid today. And I've given this a good soak, and it's still quite dry. I gave it a good turn with the turner. But if you have a look sort of down here, this is just all completely dry still, even after a really good soak. And it just looks exactly the way it did. Even digging down, some of this stuff on the bottom really should be composted by now, but the majority of it's not. Like, it's starting, but with our weather here and putting your hand, if your compost is mixed properly, it should be, by this time of year, it should be too hot for me to put my hand in. It's warm in there, but there's no way that it's hot enough to be the hot compost that a pile of this size should be. So what I'm going to do is I went to the back of my pile. So to correct it, I just need to put in some more nitrogen. So I went to the back of the horse manure pile where it is mostly just horse manure. And this has been sitting for a long time, so it does already look, you know, quite composted anyway, but it is just horse manure with a little bit of hay. And all I'm going to do is incorporate this into my layers. I might pull out the zucchini plants and chuck those in for a bit more greenery. And just putting those in as layers should help it to correct itself. It's not an overnight fix. It's not going to be on its way tomorrow, but certainly in the next week or two, it should, if we continue to keep feeding the nitrogen into it and get those ratios a bit more even, then it should hopefully correct itself. I've corrected compost a lot worse than this before, so it should be good. But yeah, so if you've got the problem at the moment that it is too dry, chuck some more green stuff in it. And you know, horse manure is great, it's free, and if you can get it where it doesn't have a lot of hay in it, then you should be able to fix that issue. But just a short one from me, and that's all, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.